Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is Wrestle AM. It's half morning show, half wrestling show, pretty much all bullshit. I'm your host, LK from Kocosports.net. That's KOCO Sports.net. It's where the world goes to get catch up combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan from this passionate fan to you. I appreciate you guys watching me live right now on the YouTube channel. Also, I appreciate you if you're watching post live, whether you're watching us on Kocosports.net or you're watching us on YouTube. I appreciate it. And tonight, I'm going to start a new series because you guys know I no longer review Monday Night Raws live after they air because I can't. Look in my eyes right now. This is at 1:08 in the morning and Raw's 3 hours plus still. My body clock can't handle it no more because I'm English. So this is now the official schedule for me. Mondays, Raw from the beginning, or pay-per-views. Tuesdays, Monday Night Raw review. Wednesdays, SmackDown Live review. Thursdays, NXT and or Lucha Underground review. Fridays, Impact Wrestling review. Saturday and Sunday, if there's a show that needs covering, I'll cover it. With that in mind, welcome to Raw from the beginning. I'm going solo for the very first edition, but next week on the Monday, I'll have SOS Wrestle Talk join me. That'll be Dion, and we'll review the January 18th, 1993 edition of the show. And Raw from the beginning will happen every Monday where there isn't a pay-per-view. And if you want to follow along with this series, go to the W Network or not. If you don't have the W Network because you refuse to pay these scoundrels, these scumbags, I understand. Feel free. Literally hit up the link. I have no idea. But January the 11th, 1993 is the show I'm covering today. The show, it was a 40-minute show. It's so much different compared to what's happening right now. Like, Monday Night Raw is happening right now. Please no one leave spoilers. Because literally, once I finish recording this, I'm going to go upstairs, play a bit of UFC 2 to calm me down, and go to bed. So with that in mind, this 1 hour program, take out adverts, 45 minutes, was so much better than 3 hours and 15 minutes. There was a thread throughout the show of Bobby Heenan. There was promoting of the Royal Rumble heavily. There was a promo towards it. There was a whole video package with Mean Gene Okerlund involved. And they hyped all the wrestlers involved were going to the pay-per-view. This show got a strong tie. It wasn't a win. It wasn't perfect. But it got a strong tie for me. And this was the January 11th, 1993 edition of Monday Night Raw for the Manhattan Center. This is the very first edition of Monday Night Raw, uncut and uncensored. The commentary team were Randy Savage, Vince McMahon, and Rob Bartlett, who was, I think, a radio guy. Don't take my word from it, but that's what Vince said towards the end of the show. He thanked someone FM, which, for my knowledge, is a radio station. So if there's anyone out there who knows who Rob Bartlett is, I'm English, and this was, 25 years ago, give or take. I don't know who this guy is. I wasn't even born yet. So that's why, again, it's really interesting to me. So Shawn Mooney, I remember him, Jesus. I remember him watching him at WrestleMania 4. He always used to do the backstage stuff, and he used to do when, like, the wrestlers would run or jog marathons and things like that. He would be on it. A strange little thing there. So Shawn Mooney welcomes us to the show from outside the arena. Bobby Heenan, he tries to walk in. Mooney says, you've been replaced by Rob Bartlett. You're not allowed in tonight. Heenan's like, I'll go buy a ticket then. And Mooney's like, it's sold out. And I don't make the rules. You can shout at me all you want. I don't make the rules. I love this. They had great chemistry. Mooney was great. Heenan was magnificent as Bobby Heenan is, and he's one of the most underrated guys in the history of the wrestling business. The guy is incredible. So we go in the ring. Our first match is Coco Beware versus Yokozuna. And Coco Beware, bird, man. He had that really cool Jiggle Gene theme. Here he came out to the shittest dubbed music I've ever heard in my life. It was brutally bad music. Really, really was. And this fucking Bartlett guy, whoever the fuck he is, Bartlett, made some of the most atrocious fat jokes towards Yokozuna. And now looking at it, knowing he's passed now for 17 years, I'm going to read you out what he said, but I don't want to be too mad at it because when this happened back in 1993, he wasn't dead, obviously. But here are some of the jokes. He has his own gravitational pull, and damn his wedgie, and Yokozuna should be wearing a bra. There were some of the comments made regarding Yokozuna from one of these imbecilic commentators. And Coco hit a nice few drop kicks, but Yokozuna just brushes him off, hit the banzai drop to get the win. It made Yokozuna look strong before the Rumble, which is January the 24th, and I'll be covering the pay-per-views for my Patreon pledges. Okay, that's a good way about it. And that's a star. Nothing too spectacular. Then there's a Royal Rumble promo, hyping Razor Ramon versus Bret Hart and the Rumble. And again, as I said, I'll review the pay-per-views exclusive for Patreon pledges, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to fucking shill myself. And with video package with Bobby Heenan, he's talking about the narcissist. He's aiming the promo towards Mr. Perfect. So I'm guessing the program we're going to be going down is the narcissist. Spoil. I don't want to ruin it, actually, in case no one knows. I know who it is because I think I remember what I watched WrestleMania 9. So I don't want to ruin it in case, because this might be for some people the very first time they're watching these shows. Now, I remember watching a few of the pay-per-views and a couple of bits, a couple of segments and matches from 1993 Raws, but I haven't watched them all. But I didn't know this existed. I didn't realize it's a program with the narcissist and Mr. Perfect. But I won't ruin it, because if you follow along, then you'll be shocked when it was revealed. Heenan says there is only room for one perfect wrestler in the WWF, and the narcissist is so perfect, I'm shocked he wasn't born from another world, and says this man will be unveiled at the Royal Rumble, again making you want to purchase the Royal Rumble. And the WWF back then, we always say if you flip it upside down, it's a man's marketing enterprise. Here, they're so good at making you want to buy the Rumble. They really, really are. They're top drawer at it. And then we have the Steiner brothers versus, they don't get a name. Two guys in full black gear, mask, shirt, trousers, full black. Okay. And Scott Steiner at this point looks identical to Peter Kasser. If you don't know who Peter Kasser is, go to your Google machine. He's a wrestler in the independents. Type in Peter Kasser on one tab. On the other tab, type in Scott Steiner Raw 1993. Or WF 1993, it doesn't come up. Zoom them together. That, my friends, is a twin or a son. Okay, because they look very similar. Doink, he's in the crowd. One of the black mask guys basically went to hit the ropes, but he kind of stumbled and tripped and slipped. And is basically just fell into the ropes like head first. It looked really bad. And Rick hit a really nice, basically, do you remember the Ron Simmons lift up Dominator style? He did that, but he ran him into the buckle. And Steiner with the Manhattan Bulldog, which is basically where Scott has him up on the electric chair position. Rick Steiner, Bulldog off the top. Got the win. Steiner 3/4. This was the Steiner brothers beginning to be in their prime. It was fun, and I'm excited to see him in long matches. Sean Mooney is in the parking lot. Security have a woman detained. And Sean Mooney talks to this lady, and it's Bobby Heenan. Okay, he's so funny the way this is done. Everyone knows that's Bobby Heenan. Sean Mooney knows it's Bobby Heenan, but he lets Bobby Heenan embarrass himself for a little bit. And it was so damn entertaining and so damn funny. Little threads like this throughout the show just make this one really good. And I hope next week's show's the same. And then Razor Ramon comes to the ring for an interview with Vince McMahon. Hall says it took Bret Hart 8 years to get to the top of the World Wrestling Federation, and it will take me 8 months, Chico. Vince asks, why did Razor Ramon jump Owen Hart backstage? And then they go to a clip, and they show it of Razor Ramon, jumping Owen Hart in the back. Razor says it was fun, and there is nothing Bret can do about that. And there is nothing Bret can do about me winning the WWF Championship at the Royal Rumble. Magnificent. Promo gold. And he is so cool. Like, I'm watching this the 20th of February, 2017. This happened back in January of 1993. I'm looking at this man, the way he's presenting himself, the way he's talking, the way he's moving, his mannerisms, everything about him. He's cool. That is cool. If I said, I really like Razor Ramon, you wouldn't go, what a lowlife. I'll be like, yeah, that dude's cool. He is so cool. Name me a character in wrestling right now in the live comments or in post live who's cool. I dare to try and find one. It's sad, but he is cool. He is a cool bad guy. Maybe even the first cool bad guy, and that's why this guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I remember an IC title match. We have the Intercontinental title. we have Max Moon versus Shawn Michaels, who's the champion. Max Moon looks like something from Star Trek. So if you go to your Google machine and type in Max Moon and see what comes up. And Shawn Michaels comes out to his 1993 theme, obviously, because it's in 1993. But he comes out and it's the woman singing instead of the man. And I prefer it. I prefer it when the woman sings it. And HBK was bumping like a bandit for Max Moon. Moon, I'm going to be honest, when I saw him come out, I was like, okay, what are we going to get here? And then when he started to work and wrestle, he really impressed me. You know, he kept up with Shawn Michaels. He had good offense. Doink is now ringside. And the way these two hit the ropes, they hit them, and this happened all night. They hit them like men. Like, they fucking hit the ropes and bounced off them hard. And look at how they do it today. It's miles ahead better. They're men, and they hit those ropes so damn hard. Incredible. Moon with a running senton off the apron to the floor. Moon with a lovely heel kick in the corner. So that's a spinning heel, sorry. Shawn Michaels then with a super kick. No cover, because that wasn't his finish yet. He hits a one-legged hook, belly to back suplex to get the win. Shawn Michaels retain. He's heading towards the Royal Rumble to face Marty Jannetty. 2.25 stars. I really did enjoy this. Then we go to a Mean Gene Royal Rumble report. They promoted Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty, talking about whose corner will Sensational Sherry be in. Then they promote the Royal Rumble match. They show pictures of Ric Flair, Tatanka, IRS, Bob Backlund, Jerry Lawler, Mr. Perfect. Perfect cuts backstage pre-tape promo saying, you know, how perfect he is and what a perfect Royal Rumble will be if he, Mr. Perfect, wins. Then they show Ted DiBiase, Crush, Rick Martel, Yokozuna, and then they do a Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna promo saying no one can eliminate Yokozuna. Randy Savage, Papa Shango, Undertaker, Earthquake, Carlos Colon, Tito Santana, Typhoon, Head Shrinkers, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Duggan cuts a promo about being a tough guy and winning the match. It was all cool. And then we had Bret Hart versus Razor Ramon for the WWF Championship. They should do this during Raw. On the go-home show for the pay-per-views, it took 5 minutes. It saves some of the filler bullshit. And you could do it halfway through the show with the crowd are bored out their eyes. They can now go get a drink, go get a beer, go for a piss, go for a shit, go for a wank, whatever they do. And then at home, it's like, okay, cool. That's what's coming at the pay-per-view. Maybe a few pay-per-view buys or even better network subscribers. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure it out, does it? It really, really doesn't. But damn, that Rumble was stacked. Taker, Savage, Flair, Lawler, perfect. That is a stacked Rumble. I'm looking forward to watching that. And again, that'll be exclusively available for Patreon pledges. Links in the description, patreon.com/LKWrestling. And if you're wondering what Patreon is about while we're here, basically Patreon, it's basically you can pledge either $1 per month, $5, blah, 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 blah. You'll see on there. And you get exclusive content. So, for example, $1 a month, you get all the exclusive content. You get a main event review, 205 Live. I'm in the middle of writing down my notes for LK Bucks WWE, and I'm booking it properly. And then I do a sing thing, which is fun. I talk about my life, which I never do on here, like properly talk about my life, because this is exclusive for Patreon pledges. And there was a new sign up at the weekend. I appreciate it. So if you're watching now and you want even more content, you know, there's 40 extra podcasts available that you might not even know were recorded, already available for you to watch. The latest episode of Monday Night Wars, which I bet you didn't even realize I was carrying on, already up to episode 5 now. It's going on over there. There's a 205 Live review. Go over there and check it out. Do yourself a favor. And then we go to the parking lot. People are lining up to get tickets for next week's show at the box office. Bobby Heenan tries to get in again, but Sean Mooney stops him. Heenan says he has to get in. I'll even climb the roof. It was fucking hilarious. And then we have Damian Demento versus The Undertaker in the main event for the first ever edition of Monday Night Raw. And little touches like the referee being petrified of Taker. Like, they don't do that anymore. Taker kind of has been humanized. But, dude, it's 25 fucking years ago. I'm not really shocked about that. But the referee, like, petrified. It was brilliant. Demento is meant to be this, like, psychotic, crazy man. Everything Dean Ambrose should be, but isn't. You know, he's there like scratchy. He's there like, you like he looks like he's psychotic. It looks like he's a lunatic. Like, what time are we in? They announced next week it's Mr. Perfect versus Papa Shango. Taker wins with the tombstone. Very quick match. Star got Taker over, heading into the Rumble. It was simple. And then ringside interview with Doink. Doink cuts a promo about not caring about scaring their kids. I don't give a crap what Crush thinks. Crush comes out. Crush says if he catches Doink doing anything mischievous again, he'll have slings on not only his arm, but his other arm and his legs. Crush chases Doink around the ring until Doink runs away, setting up Crush versus Doink. And then in the parking lot, Bobby Heenan is finally allowed into the building, but Bobby Heenan doesn't realize the show's over. Like, the show just finished, and it's absolutely hysterical. Like, these segments all night, they are hilarious. If you haven't watched them yet, do yourself a favor and check them out, because it really, really was funny. And I know I'm competing with Monday Night Raw right now, so I definitely understand if there's no one watching live. I'm going to check my live comments right now to see if we have any. If we don't, I understand. It's cool. Monday Night Raw's on. You're watching that. We do. MA Cod 114 says, "Are you watching Raw live now?" I'm not watching Monday Night Raw live now. Please don't post spoilers. The reason I am watching wrestling the day after, I can't watch it live anymore because I potentially have a new job. Okay, I sent the application form. I potentially have a new job, and this new job allows me to more money, blah blah blah, career-wise. Like, it's administration. That's all I can say. Administration, so it can really help my career. But it's at 9 a.m. in the morning until 5, which will mean I can't go to bed at 5, 6 a.m. anymore. So I have to go to bed at 1 or 2. Like, right now it's 1:24. By the time I finish this, I can go to bed. I can then go to bed. I can then wake up. Okay, so that's why, which means this is all you guys need to know. This channel will be exactly the same. The only difference, instead of being post live, will be 20 hours, 18 to 20 hours after. Example, Monday Night Raw happens tonight. I review that on a Tuesday. SmackDown happens on a Tuesday. I review it on a Wednesday. NXT and Lucha Underground happen on a Wednesday. I review that on a Thursday. Impact Wrestling happens on a Thursday. I review it on a Friday. If there's a pay-per-view on Sunday, I'll review that on Monday. And if there's not a pay-per-view on Sunday or a big New Japan show, I will do Raw from the beginning. For example, next week, I'll be doing Raw from the beginning, episode 2, Raw, January the 18th, 1993, and I'll be joined by SOS Wrestle Talk for that because I've already got it booked. You're going to get the exact same content. The difference is I'm happier. I'm more awake, which means I feel that my brain's more functional and I can actually review the shows. Like tomorrow when I wake up for Raw, I won't go on my social media. I'll just watch Raw when I wake up at about 10 a.m., with my breakfast, with my Weetabix. And I'll watch Monday Night Raw. And then I'll bomb. Late tomorrow night, maybe with Booms. I might get Booms on, but maybe tomorrow night, maybe with Booms, maybe not. If it's not, it's not. But I'll be reviewing Monday Night Raw tomorrow, and that'll be how it is going forward. I apologize for inconvenience, but it's for my sanity, my health, my brain, my body, because imagine waking up at 3 p.m. every day because I went to bed at 6. It's not fair on my family. It's not fair on my friends. I can't go to the gym like I want to. So with that in mind, that's going forward. I apologize for any inconvenience, but you'll still get the great content from me, even better content because I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. I should not sing. I should not ever sing. I think the bird's name, Katy Perry. Maybe that's her name. I should not sing her music ever again. That should be a new rule. I should never sing her song ever again because I did that and I just sung the Wide Awake song. Anyway, so that's to answer your question there, my friend. But yeah, still the same content. The difference is it might be a bit later. Kevin X Snell says, how old was the boogeyman when he first saw Papa Shango? That's quite funny. MA Cod 114 says, okay, no spoilers. Appreciate it. Mid-spoiler, Yokozuna dies in the year 2000. Yeah, I touched on that. Because obviously I talked about the jokes that were made. And I did touch on the fact that he did die in 2000 because I remember looking it up a few months ago because I was really wondering how long ago was it. But that was just a random little thing there. Let's check out the news. Let me have a quick look on some of these news sites. I won't go on any of them that will have spoilers on, but I'm just going to go check the news because, this is Wrestle AM and I enjoy talking to you guys. It makes my night and evening complete. But boom, DDP has been announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. Okay, that's really good. I'm so happy for that. Cody Rhodes offended by wrestlers' trash talk, an altered version. You know what? Good for DDP. I'm so happy that DDP will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The guy deserves it. Like, he's a great human being. He had a great run in WCW. His rivalry with Raven. What about me, Paige? What about me? Like, what a great rivalry he had with Raven over the US strap. When he won the WCW title. When he came to WWF and did that stalker angle of Taker and his wife. I thought that was really underrated and really cool. Like, he is a legend. He deserves to be put into the WWE Hall of Fame. No questions asked. You will not hear a disappointing voice when he comes up. And, hopefully he has a good speech and I can tear up. Hey, that way we all win. With that in mind, not much news going around recently. It's a bit boring, isn't it? Check out the MMA AM show I just filmed with Dion from SOS Wrestle Talk. We covered UFC on Fight Night 105. Also, check out yesterday. I did, again, if you didn't watch it live, I apologize because, again, it was quite early. I did an interview with MMA referee Bobby Wumbacher. He's actually officially licensed referee. He does loads of shows in the North. He's done Bellator, Glory. He's done lots of stuff. So check that interview out if you haven't on the channel. This channel will still be great. I will still be rocking out the content. You'll still get 10 podcasts a week, maybe even more, because you get 5 MMA and 5 pro wrestling. Usually an extra couple of pro wrestling because we have co-hosts like Booms and Sammy. I need to get on them about producing single shows if they're awake and I'm not, blah, blah, blah. With that in mind, I appreciate you guys subscribing to us. I appreciate you liking us. I apologize again. I'm so sorry if it pisses you off that we aren't live anymore. I do apologize, but just think about this. Your reviews the day after means you'll have time to sink in. You'll have time to watch all your other favorite shows. And then you can go, okay, cool. Now I'm listening to LK, a fresh LK, a pumped LK, a motivated LK. That's what you get. And I apologize if it pisses you off, but it's life. In the end of the day, this doesn't pay my bills. This is my hobby. This is my passion. This is what I love to do, but it doesn't pay my bills. If it paid my bills, cool, I'd watch Monday Night Raw every night. But it doesn't, sadly. So with that in mind, I appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I hope you guys enjoy Monday Night Raw right now, because you guys have got another 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of Monday Night Raw to watch. I'll be watching that when I wake up. No adverts. Ka-ching. So that being said, check out Kocosports.net. That's Kocosports.net. It's where the world goes to kick ass. And for combat sports and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. There's the results of the UFC event. Josh Matthews' comments about being an imbecile, and the actual video of him saying that he's the best play-by-play announcer in the world. Check out Kocosports.net. Dave Coco's book on Amazon, Operation Freakshow. Check that out. I'm on Facebook, LK Coco Sports. I'm on Twitter at LK_Coco Sports. You can follow the official Coco Sports / Dave Coco Twitter account at Coco Sports. Again, appreciate you guys checking this video out. I think it's gonna be cool and fun. I'm 20 years old, so I wasn't even born yet at the point of 1993. I wasn't even a thing. I wasn't even a sperm cell yet. Crazy to think, eh? Crazy to think. So that in mind, thank you guys. Make sure you stay safe, stay well, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.